Good morning, everyone. Brian here with BMK Retro Gaming. This morning I have for us the review of the Atari 5200 original library game, Galaxian. Now, it did have an arcade cabinet original, of course, which was developed by Namco, with the design based on a game designed by Kazunori Sawano and Shigechi Ishimura, with the main developer being Koichi Tashiro, with art by Hiroshi Ono and music by Toshio Kai. And developed and published under Namco, and in Japan it was distributed by Namco, as well as Bally Midway, and ironically Taito, which that part is a bit interesting, considering that Galaxian was originally developed to be kind of an answer to Taito's Space Invaders, and in a way is kind of an unofficial sequel. Think about it, they play similarly enough that it's almost like just the same game concept taken to the next level. So anyway, that was in 1980. And then in 1982, under license, Atari Incorporated developed and published the Atari 5200 port, along with others. Anyway, it's a pretty simple game and all. You're basically someone new to the Earth Defense Fleet or something like that, when the Galaxian Armada, or Galaxian Invasion Force, comes to threaten, I forget if it's supposed to be technically Earth in this case or something else, but anyway, so you're getting your first day's on-the-job training. Anyhow, it's pretty simple. Scoring-wise, Hornets are worth 50 points, Emissaries are worth 40, Drones are worth 30 points, Flagships are generally worth 60 points, whereas they're also part of how you score your bonus points. I had to write all this down for lack of manual. Let's see, the bonus points are dependent on if the flagship has no escorts when you shoot it, it's worth 150 points. If it has one, it's worth 200. If it has two, it's worth 300. And then if you kill both escorts and then the flagship, it's worth 800 points. And you can earn an extra ship or extra life at your first 5,000 points. So, it's a pretty good game that pretty much everybody who was gaming back then probably knows something about. I have just a loose copy here, which, if I'm not mistaken, actually came with my Atari 5200. A bit of dirt or dust that's kind of stuck on there, something. You can see here it tells us it's Atari 5200 Galaxian, trademark of Bally Midway, MTG Co., licensed by Namco America Incorporated. 1982 Atari Incorporated, all rights reserved. And it did come with, the game does come with some overlays, but I don't have them. Mostly what it does is gives you your difficulty and skill settings for the game, which is, otherwise you don't use the keypad part of the controller for much. Anyway, I shouldn't get us into talking about it way too much, since it's not that complicated to go into. I've got my Atari 5200 set up here, so I'm going to go ahead and toss this in there, and we're going to take a look at the gameplay. Okay, so here we go with gameplay for the Atari 5200 Original Library Arcade Port Galaxian. Okay, so the skill settings are generally from 0 through 9, 0 being novice, 9 being your hardest. You can also press, if I'm not mistaken, I forget, I think it's a number symbol, and it'll be in a kids mode where the Galaxians don't even shoot at you, so yeah, that can be useful when you're getting the hang of it for the first time, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to select novice mode, and here we go. Now, I am using, as usual, the controller I got from Retro Game Boys. Are you? No, we're not going to do that way. And with it, there is, it's mentioned, there may be a bit of drift left or right when you first start up, but just keep holding your joystick on the controller and it'll wear off after a bit. Happens with a lot of controllers, especially like, say, Sega Genesis. Me, I'm using my Hyperkin Retron 77 emulation hardware console's Trooper controller paired with this, so which is kind of a good idea to me, at least, because it provides some pretty accurate control as to what you would probably expect for a joystick-style game. Of course, this one does kind of require a bit of analog controls, which is one reason why it's not 100% perfect, but after you get control of it after the first few seconds, it's no big deal. That drift doesn't last much longer than a few seconds. Another control option you have is if you have a working Atari 5200 trackball controller, works with this. So it was designed for that too. So another good option to keep in mind if you have a working one around. Ooh, bonus points. They only got a single shot at a time. I mean, you can hold the fire button down and get repeated fire, but total real rapid fire just does not exist here. But that's okay. You don't really need it anyway. Might have come in handy as a feature if it had been done, but what? The flags generally represent what level of play you're on. I'm on level 2, I guess, here. So 3 now, I don't know. And your ship's symbol, which is not there right now, tells you how many ships you have left. Of course, you start off with 3 lives per game, and again, you can earn that 5,000 an extra ship. Okay, game over. We'll try again. Kind of like with Space Invaders, you can knock them off when they're not attacking, but it seems to be less points that way. That's one of the things that's different and an advancement from Space Invaders was the enemies actually break formation and come down to attack you, so rather than just firing at you from a distance. As a matter of fact, they don't seem to fire on you from a distance in this one at all, so... The graphics are very, very nice, very well done, and the sound effects are very nice. Of course, the Atari 5200 does use the Pokey sound chip, so it should be. There we go. Hey, that's an extra 350 points right there. Darn, I should have moved. I recall a friend of mine, Wallace Lang, when I was putting up the announcement post on this, commenting that he always found this to be one of the more arcade-accurate ports of Galaxian, and I would imagine many would probably agree. This is very arcade-accurate. Okay, controller-wise, not quite, but and there are a few differences from the arcade cabinet original in some subtle ways, but yeah. Of course, that was one of the advantages of the Atari 5200 was it can actually do graphics and even sounds which are much more on par with the arcade cabinet original than, say, the Atari VCS 2600 could do them. Not that even that port of this one was bad at all. I mean, I can't personally speak to having played a bad Galaxian port to my knowledge yet, so... So admittedly, I haven't tried a whole lot of the different ones, but, ones so far I have, they've all been very good and very nice games to play, so... Okay. I'll give one more shot. I have managed to get to that 5,000 for extra ship at least once before, but it's not so easy to do. You're going to be a bit challenged to get that far, even on novice difficulty setting. Okay, I'm not letting it be that way, not in wave 1. Okay. There's that drip some, but should wear off after a bit. There we go, it's already off. Right on time too. The only bad thing about something like that I can say as a drawback to the way the controller does is it could cost you your first life on occasion. Like I said, just keep control, hold of your stick or whatever you've got hooked up for the controller you got paired, and take some seconds and it's already over before you got the control back, so not a huge deal. They can be a bit gutsy about wanting to dive. Thank you. Oh, ran right into it. I noticed, like in a lot of versions and ports of this game, sticking to the sides is a pretty safe bet to not get hit by anything. Though as the levels progress and all, or rounds progress on it, it is foreseeable that even that would not be quite safe, so. Ooh. Does take a bit of concentration to keep alive on this one, you know. Can I make it? No. That's close, so I'll try it one more time before giving this up. Okay, 2040 for, I guess, round one. Oh! Okay, well I think you guys get the idea of the gameplay by now. Okay, so that was Galaxian. Oop, almost forgot the light. There we go, that's better. That was Galaxian, a 1982 arcade port to the Atari 5200. A 1982 original library arcade port for the Atari 5200. Is it pretty good? Oh yeah, pretty good. like I was saying during the gameplay portion, a friend of mine, Wallace Thang, had remarked or commented when I was doing the announcement post that he finds this to be one of the more accurate arcade ports of the gameplay. Well, I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate or not, but yes, it is one of the better ones that I've seen or played so far too, so it probably is among one of the better ones. So I rate it pretty highly. I do have a few recommendations and links for you guys, too, for my preferred YouTubers. One is Crow Capture. The second is Rob's Retro Gaming. I'm not sure if I've actually recommended anything and left a link from Rob yet or not. Maybe. And 65 Gamer Guy. So I will go ahead and leave recommendations and links to for you guys to those, so you can check them out if you like, as well as leaving a link to the Wikipedia article on Galaxian, which also does bring up this port some, for any who may care to read up on it all further. A big shout out to my Atari 5200 Fanatics Facebook group. Love you guys over there. And hopefully this video upload will be becoming available for you before too long this morning. It's pretty nice today, so I don't imagine it will be a very long wait. In the meantime, keep your eyes peeled for on my feed here on Facebook, on YouTube, as well as on my Facebook and Twitter feeds for the announcement posts of what this next Sunday's upcoming Homebrew, ProBrew, or Prototype review will be. I do have one picked out, and I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to go with, but just wait for the announcement post and you'll find out then. Same basic deal. I'm not a big type for spoilers, you know. Anyway, if you enjoy this channel's content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and please don't hesitate to leave any questions, comments, or suggestions down in the comment section below. You guys take care, have a wonderful Wednesday, and hopefully I will see everyone back here again this coming Sunday.